Sometimes, reality produces stories so extreme that even doctors struggle to explain what they are seeing. Today, on Epic Human Stories, we're meeting 15 rare people whose bodies, medical conditions, and survival journeys sound almost fictional, but their lives are completely real. Some entered the world facing impossible odds. Some endured years of surgery, pain, and public judgment. Others turned extraordinary physical differences into independence, confidence, and a reason to inspire millions. These are not simply unusual medical cases. They are powerful human stories, shaped by rare disorders, groundbreaking medicine, family sacrifice, and an unbelievable refusal to surrender. Every countdown reveals something stranger, more emotional, and more inspiring than the last. Stay with us until number 1. You may never look at human strength the same way again. Like, subscribe, and let's meet them. Number 15. Jabari Gray. On New Year's Day in 2019, a baby named Jabari Gray was born in Texas, USA. He faced a rare and exceptionally severe medical condition, entering the world with no skin covering the vast majority of his body. Only his head and a fraction of his legs were intact. Since then, his profound resilience and determination to live have deeply touched millions of people across the globe. The complications left his eyes fused shut and his chin pressed tightly against his chest, severely disrupting even the most fundamental functions required to stay alive. Initially, doctors suspected a severe form of epidermolysis bullosa, a disorder where the body's natural protective barrier is nearly non-functional. Because of this, the medical team at the local hospital grew deeply concerned that the newborn might not survive his first few months of life. Yet, mirroring the African meaning of his name, which translates to brave, the infant continued to survive. His family, driven by deep love and hope, refused to give up and transferred him to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston to seek every possible treatment option. At this new facility, a dedicated medical team utilized an advanced procedure, growing skin grafts in a laboratory using cells harvested directly from Jabari Gray himself. Progress emerged as the skin grafting process succeeded, gradually protecting his fragile body, lowering severe risks, and launching his healing journey. Following 11 months in intensive care, which included multiple operations and strict medical monitoring, Jabari Gray achieved a massive milestone. He was discharged and went home, bringing immense joy to his parents. The moment his mother finally held her child in her arms, without protective medical equipment, experiencing that profound bond directly became a truly priceless milestone in their lives. While his future still requires ongoing vision treatments and continued adaptation, Jabari Gray keeps growing stronger, happily learning to communicate and play alongside his siblings. This extraordinary journey serves as a remarkable testament to the advancements of modern medicine. Beyond the science, it remains a profound lesson in the power of family love, human courage, and unshakable hope. Number 14. Carmen Smith. Carmen Smith, a young woman from California, USA, has become a powerful symbol of confidence and self-love. At 3 years old, she was diagnosed with a congenital condition called lymphatic malformation, stemming from a lack of lymph nodes. The disorder caused persistent, severe swelling in her legs. Throughout her childhood, this reality became a heavy emotional burden, making her feel highly insecure about her appearance. She frequently spent her time hiding her legs under long clothing to shield herself from public stares and insensitive remarks. Instead of letting self-doubt dictate her future, Carmen experienced a profound shift in perspective. She came to understand that personal worth has nothing to do with matching traditional ideas of physical perfection. Choosing to embrace who she was, she started focusing on self-worth and confidence. This new mindset pushed Carmen to step into the public eye, launching a career as a model and digital creator. By sharing her story online, she now works to inspire others to overcome social expectations and feel comfortable in their own skin. By opening up about how she turned personal struggles into a source of confidence, Carmen has offered support to many women navigating similar insecurities about their looks. Her life highlights a simple truth: having a physical difference never reduces someone's value. Instead, true impact comes from self-belief and a strong sense of purpose, qualities that make a person genuinely stand out and connect with others. Number 13. Eman Ahmed Abd el-Ati. In Alexandria, Egypt, Eman Ahmed Abd el-Ati faced severe lifelong medical challenges that ultimately highlighted her deep resilience. As a young child, she developed serious thyroid disorders alongside elephantiasis, which triggered relentless and extreme weight gain. Eventually, her weight approached nearly 1,100 pounds. This profound physical burden left her completely bedridden for over 2 decades, trapped inside her home and unable to move. Early 2017 brought a major shift when an international medical initiative allowed her to travel to Mumbai, India for a critical bariatric procedure. Following intensive care and a specialized diet, Eman lost hundreds of pounds, scoring a major victory for her medical team and offering her a chance at a better lifestyle. Afterward, specialists transferred her to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, where she began an advanced program of rehabilitation and physical therapy. Unfortunately, severe long-term complications from heart disease and kidney failure took their toll, and Eman Ahmed Abd el-Ati passed away quietly in September 2017. Though her life ended in heartbreak, her journey left a lasting mark on people worldwide. Her experience brought widespread attention to complex medical conditions, while illustrating the profound strength individuals can find when confronting immense physical adversity. Number 12. Tim Mason. In Moscow, Russia, a young man named Tim Mason built a life defined by true perseverance and deep optimism. He was born with physical differences, missing both legs and one arm. Doctors believed his condition was linked to the Chernobyl disaster, concluding his biological mother faced radiation exposure. Tim spent his early years quietly inside an orphanage, a place where many observers believed his chances of being adopted were exceptionally slim. Everything changed when he turned 3. An American woman named Virginia Mason looked past the long-distance and discouraging predictions, adopting him and bringing him to the United States. In his new home, Tim found deep care and warmth. Yet, growing up with noticeable physical differences meant constantly navigating public stares, skepticism, and rigid social judgments. Instead of retreating or feeling any sense of shame, Tim chose to live entirely on his own terms. He decided against using restrictive prosthetics, choosing to fully accept and feel proud of the body he has. These days, Tim maintains complete independence in his daily routine. He holds down a steady job, cooks for himself, loves to dance, and regularly takes his beloved dog out for walks. He also maintains a major focus on physical fitness, routinely lifting weights and working out on the treadmill to stay healthy. Tim Mason's path has moved numerous people, showing that deep happiness and freedom are never restricted by physical challenges. They come from personal resolve and a mind focused on experiencing life completely. Remember to like and subscribe so we can share more of these meaningful stories every single day. Number 11. Devan Merck. Growing up in Georgia, USA, Devan Merck faced a difficult reality when she was just 12 years old. That was when doctors diagnosed her with Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome, or MRKH, a rare condition causing an incompletely developed reproductive system. This diagnosis meant undergoing multiple reconstructive surgeries starting at a young age. Beyond the clinical challenges, the social stigma and widespread misunderstanding from people around her created deep emotional struggles. Today, her enduring pursuit of happiness and motherhood serves as a powerful source of inspiration. Devan later found stability and strength in a marriage defined by unconditional love. Then, a major medical breakthrough changed her outlook entirely. Doctors discovered that her ovaries were fully functional, meaning modern medicine could make biological children a reality. By choosing to share her journey openly, Devan did more than just break the silence surrounding this rare condition. She delivered a clear message to the world about personal resilience and everyone's right to pursue happiness. Number 10. Katie Renfroe. In 2008, a baby girl named Katie Renfroe was born in Florida, USA, following a prenatal diagnosis of megalencephaly, a rare congenital condition causing the brain and soft tissues to enlarge abnormally. But her medical reality was far more complex than expected. Top medical experts could never reach a definitive diagnosis, yet this teenager still left a profound, lasting impact on the world through a life defined by genuine love and resilience. Medical professionals even discussed naming this unique condition after Katie herself. The underlying syndrome caused substantial overgrowth in her face, triggering a long list of serious health complications. When she was just a baby, surgeons performed an intricate brain operation to manage her constant daily seizures. As she grew, she endured numerous additional operations designed to reduce the size of her cheeks and improve her quality of life. Even though Katie Renfroe faced profound physical boundaries, being completely unable to walk, speak, or eat in conventional ways, her capacity to feel and express genuine warmth remained entirely limitless. She grew up surrounded by the unconditional love of her parents and a large, highly supportive family. Within this environment of deep care and acceptance, she was always fiercely cherished, never defined by her medical condition. Full of joy and resilience, Katie welcomed affection and always found a way to share her purest emotions through a radiant smile. Although her early medical prognoses were deeply discouraging, her powerful will to live, combined with the devoted care of her family, created a miracle, allowing her to survive far past what anyone had expected. In early 2026, Katie Renfroe passed away peacefully at age 17, wrapped in the deep love of her closest family members. While her journey was shorter than most, Katie's story serves as a moving testament that every single life deserves recognition, regardless of its form. Her legacy proves that family devotion is an ultimate strength, helping us face and rise above the most difficult adversities. Number 9. Cassandra Bankson. Long before Cassandra Bankson became a well-known face of confidence, she lived in isolation and endured cruel words. Severe cystic acne covered up to 90% of her face and body. Throughout her teenage years, these breakouts caused intense physical pain and made her feel rejected by society. For many years, she relied on heavy makeup to mask her appearance. She did this to conceal her daily struggles and her true self from the world. Cassandra's internal challenges extended far beyond her skin. During a routine medical checkup, doctors discovered a surprising detail about her anatomy. She has uterus didelphys. This condition gives her body a unique biological structure, making hers an extremely rare medical case. It brought her highly intense physiological cycles, along with potential reproductive health risks that very few women across the world ever have to face. Rather than being crushed by these physical challenges, she chose to step out from behind the makeup. She showed her true self, eventually becoming a globally influential skincare expert. Cassandra Bankson's path, evolving from a bullied teenager into a professional model and health educator, shows the impact of accepting your differences. Today, she helps millions understand that perfection is a myth, proving that our real value comes from living authentically. Number 8. Landen Johnson. Growing up in Lincolnton, North Carolina, Landen Johnson shared a radiant spirit with the world throughout his brief life. His medical journey began at just 6 months old with a diagnosis of primordial dwarfism caused by Ligase 4 deficiency. This exceptionally rare condition significantly impacted his immune system while also resulting in a very small physical stature. Landen may have been physically small, but his vibrant personality and joyful spirit filled every room. Extended hospital stays and complex therapies failed to dampen his natural wit and constant smile. Full of energy and deep empathy, he approached life with profound faith. His ultimate dream came true when the local sheriff's office named him an honorary detective, a milestone that allowed him to proudly step into his own uniform and badge. Landen Johnson was only 9 years old when he passed away in 2019, yet his affectionate spirit endures. This profound journey stands as a constant lesson in positivity, inspiring everyone to appreciate each day and extend genuine kindness to others. Number 7. Nikolai Kryaglyachenko. In 2014, a 12-year-old boy from Siberia named Nikolai Kryaglyachenko drew international attention following an unusual incident. While walking home from school, he leaned against a streetlight pole that was leaking electricity. The shock threw him backward, but he fortunately survived. The remarkable turn of events unfolded the next morning when Nikolai woke up. He discovered that his body seemingly developed the ability to attract metal objects. Everyday items, such as coins and spoons, could stick to his chest and face, almost like the superpowers seen in comic book characters. Although scientists explained that this phenomenon actually resulted from natural skin friction and adhesion rather than true magnetism, the story remained deeply inspiring. Instead of feeling frightened or worried, Nikolai Kryaglyachenko embraced his new reality with remarkable optimism. He shared that the accident altered his original dream of becoming a firefighter. The experience inspired him to use his unique situation with the hope of becoming a real-life superhero who could help the people around him. Number 6. Luna Fenner. In March 2019, a young girl named Luna Fenner was born in Florida, USA. Her story of profound maternal love and a global journey to reclaim her smile would soon touch people everywhere. Doctors diagnosed the infant with a very rare medical condition called congenital melanocytic nevus. This resulted in a massive dark patch of pigment covering nearly her whole face, giving her the distinct appearance of a Batman-like mask. While many online users affectionately dubbed her the Batman Girl, Luna's family faced a deeply concerning reality. This pigment carried a high risk of transforming into skin cancer, posing a genuine threat to her life. At the same time, enduring constant stares and hurtful comments from strangers created significant psychological challenges. When local medical professionals recommended that Luna undergo between 80 and 100 difficult surgeries over the span of many years, her parents refused to give up. They searched for a more humane treatment option, which ultimately led her mother across the world to Russia. There, a dedicated specialist offered a more advanced and less invasive photodynamic therapy. The medical treatments commenced in late 2019, marking the start of a demanding process defined by grueling flights and long stretches away from home. Through every taxing procedure, the young girl maintained her bright, cheerful disposition. Backed by the steady dedication of her family and the medical team, clear progress began to show over time. The extensive dark patches covering her face were successfully minimized, effectively lowering the health risks and allowing fresh, healthy skin to finally appear in their place. Today, Luna Fenner is growing up with the same vibrant health and happy disposition as other children her age. Her path is not entirely complete, as she still requires future cosmetic procedures to minimize scarring and refine her appearance. This family's experience highlights the incredible capabilities of modern specialized medicine. More than that, it honors deep parental sacrifice and the quiet strength of a young child who is moving forward, refusing to be defined by a medical condition. Number 5. Zoe Bosanic. While growing up in DeWitt, Michigan, a young girl named Zoe Bosanic built a life defined by true strength and determination. She was born in China with a significant limb difference, lacking both arms. But her path took a major turn when a dedicated American family adopted her, providing a stable, caring home and a future full of fresh opportunities. As a young child, staying upright proved difficult without arms for stability, and she frequently tumbled. Rather than shielding her from the world, Zoe's adoptive mother chose to sign her up for gymnastics to build her coordination. This choice inadvertently ignited a powerful love for athletics. Though she confronted major physical obstacles, she refused to let her differences restrict her potential. Through patience and a creative mindset, Zoe figured out her own ways to adapt to her environment. On the baseball diamond, she learned to secure the bat right between her cheek and shoulder to swing effectively. She didn't stop at baseball, bringing that same active spirit to soccer, karate, and dance. Off the field, Zoe handles her daily routine with a high level of independence, relying on her feet to brush her hair, assist with cooking, and complete chores around the house. Her family proudly notes that they have never once heard Zoe say, "I give up." If she decides to accomplish a task, she will always find a way to get it done. Zoe Bosanic's bright journey and perspective challenge standard assumptions regarding human limitations. Ultimately, her experiences serve as a clear reminder that a resilient mindset can help people navigate physical barriers, creating an independent, fulfilling, and truly meaningful life. Number 4. Hatice Nergis. In 2006, a shooting accident completely altered life for Hatice Nergis, a young woman from Kahramanmaraş, Turkey. The event took away her entire upper jaw, nasal cavity, palate, and lips. Suddenly, she had to confront a new reality, losing the basic ability to eat and speak normally. Beyond these immediate physical limitations, the extreme facial difference caused lasting psychological trauma. Yet her journey serves as a powerful story of resilience, as she navigated the complex consequences of this life-changing event. Over the next 6 years, Hatice underwent around 35 separate reconstructive surgeries. While these procedures aimed to restore her appearance, they were not enough to fully return her to daily life. Then, in March 2012, a new medical path opened. At Gazi University Hospital in Ankara, medical teams performed a highly complex operation, completing a partial face transplant. As a milestone for medical science, this procedure was the first to use a three-dimensional technique involving bone tissue, and only the third face transplant ever completed in Turkey. A donor's generosity ultimately provided Hatice with a second chance at life. After waking up, she looked into the mirror and smiled at her new face. A profound moment of hope that helped her slowly regain confidence and reintegrate into society. Even though Hatice Nergis passed away in 2016, her journey is still widely remembered today. Her experiences reflect the profound capabilities of modern medicine while serving as a genuine tribute to the strength of the human spirit. This story highlights the core values of compassion, humanity, and the invaluable gift of life sharing. If Hatice's account moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to help us bring you more stories focused on personal resilience, shared humanity, and progress in the medical field. Number 3. Drapper. Expecting her fourth child turned into a deeply emotional medical journey for Drapper, a mother from the United Kingdom. During the pregnancy, she developed severe polyhydramnios, a rare condition that triggers an excessive buildup of amniotic fluid. This caused her belly to grow to an extreme size. It was a sight so striking that both the people around her and entire online communities could hardly believe what they were seeing. In fact, some viewers assumed the images were completely created by artificial intelligence. The pregnancy brought intense physical pain and severe breathing difficulties, requiring weeks of hospital monitoring. Driven by love for her unborn child, Lauren navigated it all patiently. Then, at 34 weeks, an emergency C-section was performed. Her baby girl, Olive, was born facing a rare condition that threatened her health and caused respiratory failure, sending her straight to intensive care. Before this, Lauren had already shown great strength, supporting her eldest son, Hugo, who has a rare genetic disorder causing developmental delays. Despite navigating multiple severe medical challenges with her children, Lauren Drapper refuses to step back. Instead, she actively shares their unique family story to foster greater public awareness and understanding. Ultimately, her path serves as a clear illustration of resilience and deep sacrifice, showing a mother who is entirely prepared to stand up and protect the lives of her children. Number 2. Sierra and Sienna Bernal. Born in the United States in 1998, identical twin sisters, Sierra and Sienna Bernal, share a powerful story of family devotion and resilience. Though they are genetic matches, they hold a unique Guinness World Record. They are the only known twins where one grew typically, while the other was born with primordial dwarfism. This profound difference was evident before they even entered the world. Sienna was so small during development that doctors failed to detect the second fetus until the 6th month of the pregnancy. When the twins were delivered, Sierra Bernal weighed nearly 2 kilograms. In sharp contrast, her sister Sienna entered the world at just over 0.6 kilograms. Beyond the immediate complications of a low birth weight, the infant faced a series of congenital medical conditions from her very first days of life. Doctors identified Dandy-Walker syndrome, a heart defect, and exceptionally small ear structures that required her to use hearing aids. To treat these conditions, Sienna spent her first 108 days in intensive care. As the years passed, the physical contrast between the twins grew increasingly apparent. By the time they reached adulthood, Sierra Bernal stood at 1.70 meters, while her sister, Sienna Bernal, measured 1.32 meters. Yet this height difference of over 38 centimeters never created an emotional divide between the two. Though they share remarkably similar facial features, their roles within the family evolved in distinct ways. Sierra naturally stepped into the position of a protective big sister, frequently shielding Sienna from judgmental or curious looks from strangers. Sierra has always proudly described their connection as an inseparable bond. For her part, Sienna Bernal has never let her short stature limit her self-assurance. She meets the world with a positive outlook, a ready smile, and a sharp sense of humor. Sienna consistently finds practical ways to navigate everyday obstacles, and she has never felt envy toward her sister's life. Today, both women are confidently moving forward with their own futures. Sierra Bernal is pursuing a career as a country music singer, while Sienna has become a dedicated social activist. She works closely alongside her mother to advocate for equal access to public facilities for individuals of short stature. The remarkable journey of Sierra and Sienna Bernal is more than just a rare medical phenomenon. It offers a profound lesson about family bonds. Their story serves as a powerful reminder that unconditional love, understanding, and optimism are the ultimate ties allowing people to shine with pride while inspiring others to embrace the uniqueness of every individual. Number 1. James Dunn. Born with a genetic condition called epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, James Dunn has skin as fragile as a butterfly's wing. For him, the slightest touch can cause pain equivalent to a third-degree burn. Now 22 years old, his daily reality requires a demanding medical routine. Every single day, his body must be wrapped in protective bandages from his neck to his toes to prevent severe wounds. He also recently survived a dangerous battle with aggressive skin cancer. Even though the risk of recurrence remains high, James maintains a profound determination. He processes this constant physical pain by choosing to appreciate every breath and affirming the true value of his life. Instead of letting his medical diagnosis dictate his limits or restrict his aspirations, James actively chooses to find deep meaning, clarity, and joy in every day he is given. He views his severe physical challenges not as permanent barriers closing in on him, but as an opportunity to share a global message of hope and endurance. The way James Dunn navigates his daily reality serves as a powerful example of human resilience. His experiences demonstrate that true strength isn't defined by physical perfection, but by the capacity to persevere through intense adversity, showing that major bodily limitations cannot prevent a person from creating a meaningful impact. These stories do more than surprise the eye. They force the mind to slow down and see the human being before the condition. Behind every rare diagnosis is a daily battle involving pain adaptation, medical courage, and families who refuse to walk away. The value of this journey lies in what it quietly changes within us. Curiosity becomes understanding, discomfort becomes empathy, and difference stops looking frightening. These individuals are not defined by what their bodies cannot do, but by everything they fight to keep doing. Maybe the most unforgettable part of these stories is not how different these lives appear, but how familiar their courage feels. Long after this video ends, one question remains. What might we discover about ourselves when life refuses to follow the plan? Tell us which story stayed with you most and why in the comments. If this journey meant something to you, like and subscribe to Epic Human Stories. Revisit the videos you may have missed. Stay close for what comes next. And may your day carry a little more hope.